Eglinton and Dufferin in this awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo townhouse. And look at this balcony. Oh my God, look at the view. You can see the city, the sun. If you're stuck working at home, this is a great place to come out with your laptop, do some work. We've got amazing finishes here. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors, gorgeous ceramic tiles in the kitchen, ceramic backsplash. We've got everything here. It's brand new, ready to move in. And check out our location. I have to tell you a little secret. California Sandwiches is just down the road, and their sandwiches are delicious. They're my favorite. We've got the Beltline bike tour. Crosstown coming. You're gonna be able to get on and get downtown in like no time when it's built. So go to SueSells.ca, see all the photos, see the videos, and give me a call and come for your personal tour.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Thank you for being that wild, crazy place filled with love and joy that I get to raise my family in.
Thank you for movie night.
Thank you for my new home, for giving me my independence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the final draw here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. You're watching the men's final between Team Brad Gushue and Team Glenn Howard. And we're joining it in action, so I won't bother doing too much setup for this game. I mean, you know these teams, you know these players, and you love them, and I'm looking forward to a good game here today. John Cullen alongside Mike Harris. And Mike, what are you expecting from these two teams today?
Well, you got, two of the smartest skips in the world out here, and obviously it's going to come down to shot making. You won't see many poor decisions from either team, and some rocks in play. No fear from either team. Just get everyone caught up. There was a center guard thrown by Glenn, a nice come around by Team Gushue, and then a freeze by Glenn Howard, then a corner guard, and now you see the run back there made by David Mather. So already 5 good shots made out of the gate, and yeah, we're in for should be a great matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. These two teams, the class of the field so far. Brad Gushue undefeated thus far, coming through the A side and then ending both of his games early today. So he's looking in mid-season form, even though this is his first tournament of the year. And Glenn Howard came through the B side, but has looked great today, facing a pair of American teams, John Schuster and Corey Dropkin, and beating them by a combined score of 12-1. So
right, and kind of avenged. He did lose to Dropkin in the, I was going to say the round robin portion, but in the qualifying portion of the match. So he avenged that loss, and he's as you say, you got two teams here that are playing very well. Maybe not such a surprise for Glenn Howard. They've already had a busy season, but Brad Gushue just goes to show you that talent and throwing a few rocks goes a long way in this game. And this is not unusual for Gushue to come out quick. A couple of years ago, his first event was one of our Grand Slams, and he won that one as well. So this is familiar territory for Gushue coming out of the gates hot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, living in St. John's and having a super busy schedule, those two things sort of, busy schedule last year, those two things sort of combine to make it so that Gushue maybe doesn't play as aggressive as a schedule as other teams might have. And he also has that trials berth locked up, so that makes a big difference too.
I think that's the biggest thing. Glenn Howard had to go to the pre trials, and now he's going to be going to Liverpool as well, so he had to get prepared much sooner in the season than did Gushue. And much, it's a well-documented fact with Brad's hip, not recovering maybe as quickly as some others. He's definitely trying to make sure that he's fresh for those trials in Saskatoon in a couple of months. And why not start the season a little bit later if you can?
No question. So Brett Gallant going to be looking for a run back here. I was talking with Jeff Walker before the game, and maybe further to your point about Brad's injury, they're not playing back-to-back weekends at any point before the trials. So that could be part of that, just maybe a rest and recovery regimen for Brad. But they have this event in Oakville, and then they'll go home to St. John's, and then they will have the Slam back here in Oakville, the Masters, in a couple weeks. And then they have another week off, and then they'll play the Slam in Chestermere, and then they'll have another week off, and then the trials. So that, to me, Mike, seems to be pretty deliberate scheduling.
Yeah, and it's obviously one they've talked about, and that will work well for them. As we look at a very cool shot here, the track cam that we've got.
Yeah, we've got the official run back cable cam. So it's a great testament to our crew here at curling.com, spending time to string that wire up in between sheet 2 and 3 and get the camera working. And that's, of course, brought to you by Runback, the official curling apparel of curling.com.
You see it tracking there on the left side of our screen.
Yeah, there you go. So Mark Nichols with the hammer, just looking to get some yellows out of the way.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
And just like that.
He's a very good curler, Mark Nichols.
Is he?
Top 8? Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, been one of the best for quite some time now, that's for sure. Scott Howard, not too shabby either. Really has come into his own over the last few years here playing third. He's worked his way up the lineup, playing with his dad. Started out as a lead, and now he's here as third. And
Really got to curl.
he's really
Tuck a piece.
turned himself into
going, Dave.
one of the
It looks
game's
like they're
better
going
thirds,
here.
that's for sure.
Help, Tim, help.
Yeah, I think everyone was
keep going.
wondering how
It's
he
okay,
would
just
do
keep
at
going.
third, and I think to Glenn's. I don't know, we're surprised may be the wrong word, but I know he's thrilled the way Scott's been playing since moving up. Not always easy to transition from
pressure in
front
here.
end to back end
Yep.
at this level, and he's done a great job, as you mentioned.
Well, I think one thing I've noticed commentating Glenn Howard, we called a few of their games back at the Oakville Tankard in September and here in Toronto, is the communication too. I just think of my relationship with my dad, and not that my dad ever curled, but I don't know if it's got to be a little hard to maybe negotiate some of the father-son dynamics while you're, also calling strategy in important games. And they seem to have really found a way to do that, which is very cool to listen to.
Go.
Yeah, Glenn's very patient. I guess we cover him a lot on the Grand Slam circuit as well, and our Sportsnet events, and we always joke that when it comes down to push comes to shove with this team, Glenn Howard's probably right. He doesn't make very many decisions, but there's no lack of input from the front three here of Team Howard, and he's pretty good at taking. Glenn's always kind of run a democracy as his team, the method with which he skips. So he's always been open to listening to other ideas. So there's definitely a good balance has been arrived at by this team.
Davey, throw a lick on it. It's good though.
Yeah, I think no question about that. And especially sometimes you do see teams like this with an older skip and three younger players, and it's very clear who makes the decisions. It's a little bit more of a dictatorship than it is a democracy. And to your point, Mike, I think you nailed it exactly. That you get the sense, at least watching it on TV and seeing them interact, that it's very much everybody has input here.
You throwing here? Yep. Okay.
So Brad trying to roll here, Mike, or is he just wanting to stick there? What do you think?
I think he's content to keep it open, just hit this on the nose and try to get the blank. And if he rolls buried, he'll probably be behind the tee line, and you'll see Glenn Howard likely freeze. So I suspect a nose hit's coming.
Whoa, clean. Whoa.
So there we see that sweet cable cam again.
Unforced
Not
error.
curl, yeah. We've seen this a little bit, Mike, all weekend here. This is the 12th draw in a row I've watched on sheet 3 here, so I would like to think I've picked up a few things.
You know the sheet.
I know the sheet pretty well, and that is one thing, especially early in the ends. If you're at all positive with your release, it is very, very straight. And if you're ever wide, especially, and also going out wide into the wings, it'll really track. And you could hear Brad. He said, "Wow!" Like he was almost surprised at how straight it ran. But that's something we've seen on this sheet for sure.
Should go in at the end.
So opportunity for Glenn here, Mike, to maybe set up a steal even.
Yeah, Glenn's. They're looking to ideally get the force. The hard part for Glenn Howard is
I feel like it's picked up quite a bit.
the skill that Brad Gushue has. If this rock is even an inch open, Brad Gushue will just throw a quieter weight hit and try to play the blank here. And the ice has been moving so nicely. So Glenn's call is to get this into the top of the rings, where really Team Gushue can't chase it and remove it from play. So top 12, you would kind of think top button would be the play, but that with it being that deep,
Too much room.
that would
Stays
allow
wide
Gushue to
open.
chase it. So they're trying to figure out a
Wide
way to
open.
where they can put this
Really
where
gotta
there's no
curl.
blank opportunity.
I think it's
Looks a little warm.
Go. It's wide open.
does, yeah.
Yep. Bury it. Yep. Get it buried, Dave.
It's going to be a little deep and probably a little open as well.
Yep. Keep going, Dave. Keep going.
And that's teams Dropkin and Shorey, you're hearing very excited in the background for Glenn Howard's draw to the back 12. They're obviously paying very close attention to this
There may or may
game,
not
and there's-
be a Jenga game going on back there, right? Or some sort of dice game. So two teams that have flights tomorrow, clearly. They're not rushing off to the airport this evening, for sure.
Too much less, Mark, because I don't have a lot of it. I'd rather throw less weight at it. Okay.
So there you go. There's a good look at it. You can see a quarter of a rock, and this is definitely a blank
I'm
attempt.
thinking a little more with solid hack. Good.
And that's a confident skip, Mike, that's willing to throw hack on a blank attempt. I know it's pretty far at the back of the house, but, you know, I think a lot of curlers wouldn't think that you'd ever throw hack for a blank. So
It's also very reflective of the ice conditions. The ice has been great, and they have full confidence that this will move enough to make the hit.
So here we go. Final stone for Brad Gushue in the first. Trying a little hack weight blank.
Trying to make a curl.
Easy. Jeff. Jeff, hard, Jeff. Hard.
And it is starting to curl now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're good.
And just like that, hack weight, no problem for Brad Gushue. So we'll put 2 zeros up on the board here in the first. You're watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard final live on curling.com.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Welcome back, folks, to the final of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. A good look at Glenn Howard there. He's up against Brad Gushue. We're here in the second end. John Cullen alongside Mike Harris. Oh, and that's a little how you do at the end there. Nice little pick, but that won't affect them too much, I don't think.
Yeah, better on lead rocks than skip rocks, that's for sure.
No, absolutely. So, of course, we'll take a little more time to set this game up now as we got joining the action in the first end earlier. So, of course, these two teams are lineups we're all quite familiar with. Brad Gushue at skip, Mark Nichols at third, Brett Gallant at second, and Jeff Walker at lead. And for Glenn Howard, of course, Glenn Howard, the skip, his son Scott Howard at third, David Mathers at second, and Tim March at lead.
A lot of room right now.
And we have the women's final running concurrently right now on sheet 6. Team Holly Duncan playing off against Team Shannon J. That is available for sheet B coverage here on curling.com. If you want to watch that as well as this men's final, you can head to curling.live on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and you can pull up sheet B. We don't have any audio or commentary over there, but we do have HD quality streaming. So if you want to know what's happening in both of the games out on the ice right now, that's the ticket to do it.
Weight's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pound heavy. Weight's good. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shot a bit.
Tim March just trying to get a little roll behind the center guard here. And he will just miss.
Just through.
A few shots early in this game have not curled as much as the players had anticipated, so we'll just keep an eye on that. You're down to 2 sheets out there, a little cooler out on the ice surface, and that can straighten things up a touch.
Weight's real good.
I like the run back cable cam because not only does it look cool, but for maybe the younger fans out there, it looks like the video game's super hot.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I mean, you're no stranger to being super hot, am I right?
Well, yeah. The video game part, though, I'm not that familiar with.
That's okay. We got
I'm
about
called super hot in a few years, though. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. We got about 1,000 people watching right now, and I think that joke was for maybe about 7 of them. So sometimes you just gotta appeal to the cheapest seats in the stadium.
There you go.
Good. Got it if you can.
So not a ton of rocks in play for either team yet here, Mike.
Explode. Hack.
Just going to be waiting for the first little miss here with the ice. Looks like both teams content just to play it up and down the sheet a little bit here early in this one. You know, Brad Gushue, of course, with the hammer here is he's winning. Tied with the hammer by virtue of him going through the A side. They do get the hammer here, going through undefeated. Nice little roll.
Good shot. Nice try.
So gradual.
Want me to go tighter?
Yeah, so you heard that there. Just the curl maybe a little more gradual than the players are expecting. I think we'll find, Mike, especially as the game goes on, on draw weight, the rocks will finish pretty hard and lose a bit of steam too as they finish.
Yep.
But certainly on the hits,
Real hard.
they might stay a little straighter, although this one is curling. Tim March trying to save it, but this is all over the guard, David Mathers.
It's really light.
Yeah.
That was a takeout. He's not bumping his own yellow past the tee line here, so just underthrown. And there's the they're saying it picked.
Okay, so keep an eye on that. That's maybe 2 picks in this end, so we'll see.
Disconcerting for both teams. No one likes seeing that early in a game.
Yeah, we haven't really seen, like I said, I've watched 12 draws. We haven't really seen too many picks out here.
No, I agree.
So
Little heavy.
could just be some faulty equipment for one of the team members or just unlucky. Sometimes that happens too. So Team Gushue trying to capitalize here, and they were looking to roll out there, Mike, I think, or like roll out into
wide,
the 12 foot. Yeah,
for sure.
Or that.
So this gives Howard the
I feel like you
choice
can get it.
whether he wants
What's
to
that?
peel and clean everything up or.
Pretty hard nose hit for him. If I make the roll, right? I think that's the call, isn't it? Yeah,
You like that?
I think so.
Forward.
Okay.
This front end of Team Howard, people saw a lot of them at this Briar in the bubble, and certainly learned to appreciate the sweeping power of both Mathers, but especially Tim March on the left as we're coming in. Just absolutely did an amazing job as he was.
Sorry,
Team Howard was without their skipper. Wayne Madaw jumped in at the Briar, as many will remember, and Tim was just absolutely incredible on the broom.
A little less weight than Brett.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. I made this comment on Twitter, but I genuinely feel like he lost a couple years off his life in that Briar. He was sweeping like nobody's business. Although, in fairness, I would also be scared of Wayne Madaw. So if Wayne Madaw was telling me to sweep, I would also bring myself to near death as well.
Wow.
You just got to do what you got to do.
Yes,
but,
exactly. Absolutely.
But Tim's, the skill, the ability for him to move the rock out, especially on those ability to back it up a little, was really, really impressive. And there's a little break for Team Howard. That'll leave Scott the run back. It sounds like it's the 10-foot run back.
Or the hack waiter.
Or the hack later.
Pretty easy, but it's a skill all these top teams have now. It's a question of finding which one do you like better. They're going hack waiter.
It was good board, right?
You can see about probably a third of that rock from the hack. Looks like maybe a quarter. So that's what Scott Howard prefers here. So
Yep.
gonna be flirting with that guard.
Hard.
And
This
talk
is-
about the sweeping
Hard,
power of
Tim.
Tim March. We're going to need it
Hard,
here
Tim.
probably.
Hard, Tim. Go, Tim. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Go to it. Go
Will
to
he
it,
get
go,
it
go,
by?
go.
He will.
Of
Wow.
course.
Of course.
Straight out.
Making
straight
it look
out,
like a
straight out.
genius, Mike.
Love when that
Yeah,
happens.
me too. Fantastic sweep by Tim March. Scott Howard just gets by that center guard and makes the hit. So looks like we might be on a one-way ticket to Blanksville here.
Whoa, Brett. Hard, Brett. Whoa. Hard, Brett. Hard, Brett. Yep. Keep going. A little more. Okay.
Tried to get a little inside there, but mostly on the nose was Mark Nichols.
Just wanted to make sure Glenn Howard didn't have the inside roll. So that's mission accomplished. Well, make that roll inside by mistake. If you're Glenn Howard, that's can't afford to get too cute with that center guard.
So first stone here for Glenn Howard in the second. Does not have
Clean.
hammer, just looking to
Yep.
hit and roll
Whoa,
away.
whoa.
It's okay.
Dave,
It's okay. It's okay.
Dave.
Get it over. No, get it over further.
Whoa.
And he will get there. So nice shot from Glenn Howard, but Brad might have a shot for a roll here, Mike, if he wants it. I don't know that he does necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, at least the roll would be in front of the tee line this end, as opposed to the first end where they would have rolled back button. So he might take a chance here and try to
Down,
make
I
the
think
roll.
we'll get a bit of curl.
Yeah.
Gotta
Is that
get a bit of
enough?
curl, I imagine.
Yeah.
You can't throw this hard to roll flat. He's going to throw peel weight likely and
First one down, I'm
try to roll
assuming a
top
little
button.
curl. Yeah. A little more. Yeah.
So Team Gushue seeming to think that this is the first one down, first rock down this path, so they might get a little curl out of it. So as you said, Mike, I think they're looking to throw normal here, or up normal to get the flat roll. So Brad Gushue with the hammer, looking to apply some pressure to Team Howard.
Clean. Yep.
Whoa. Close.
Whoa,
Brett.
It's right on those.
Whoa.
And it will not quite get that curl, so this looks sort of similar to last end, Mike. Glenn will have the opportunity here to maybe get behind this guard and force Brad.
And if any piece of it's showing, he'll throw that quiet weight blank again. You can almost bet on it.
Like an arrow, but that was feel for him. I'm thinking normal. Yeah, a little more.
No, it's got to curl.
Stay with it.
Dave.
And similar to Brad Gushue's, that won't do much, so it's going to be another opportunity for Gushue to blank and push this game into the third end. In our ladies' final, Holly Duncan putting 2 up on the board in the first end against Shannon Jay. So Duncan leads that one 2-0. And Brad Jacobs looking to keep this one at 0-0. Final stone.
Clean.
And they'll clean it all the way down, and no mistake from Brad Gushue. So 4 zeros up on the board. We're going to head on to the third. Brad Gushue will have hammer when we return. You're watching the men's final at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard on curling.com. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the continuing coverage of the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard. You're watching the men's final live on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and World Curling TV. John Cullen alongside Mike Harris. So we watch Brad Gushue and Glenn Howard do battle. And the first two ends are blanked, and a little bit of a cagey start here, Mike.
Yeah, I think both teams just trying to get used to the ice surface, but you saw Glenn Howard threw a very tight center guard here to start, and number 3. And this was a corner guard, the call. I think you'll see Glenn Howard ignore that and throw a double center. He doesn't want another blank hand here.
Yeah, I know. You're not going to throw a corner.
They tried to throw the corner, Glenn.
Yeah. Yeah, Glenn sort of saying exactly what you said, Mike. This is. He doesn't want to do this.
It's already looking like a blank. Hate to say it. I mean, that was the accidental rock that came into the rings, and now
Solid.
because of that, we might see another end in the books here. Which is, like I said, for Brad Gushue, he'd be very happy to take Cameron in number 4 here.
Whoa, Dave. Whoa. Yeah.
Or do you nose it and try to keep out of the rings?
No, I think he was always trying to roll.
Great shot, Timmer.
And he will,
Very
but I
nice.
think it's open enough for Jeff Walker here. Yep. So, Mike, what's the reason there that, obviously it seemed like Glenn was pained to have to hit that. You sort of said he might ignore it and throw a center guard. Why do you think he'd hit the one in the house there?
Well, he doesn't want to give up an easy 2, right? I mean, it's okay to if the corner guard had been made, and then Glenn could throw another center, there's nothing in play, a little bit less risk. So he's just not comfortable taking that kind of risk with a tie game here in end number 3. But, I'm willing to bet decent money. We need the odds maker, but this is looking already like a blank, as I said. There's just. Is it frustrating a little bit for Glenn Howard? Yes, but he's doing a good job being patient. And the 4th end, he'll be happy to let Brad blank. He wants to hammer in the even ends. That's why Glenn was going to take some chances here in end number 3 to try to get a score on the board for one way or the other. Either he scores one or force Gushue to taking one. But if we get to end number 4, Glenn's not going to throw a double center. He's going to throw one in the rings and try to get the blank again.
Take this on now? Yeah.
Already looking, 2 ends ahead here, but
It's fairly thin, Brett. I say it's fairly thin, like a third.
playing the double here, and then
we're really.
We may as well
looking at a
pan
blank.
over to sheet 6 at that point, John.
So Brett Gallant looking to
I don't
make
often
both the yellows go.
I don't often cheer for a miss, but even a jam would be okay. Keep things interesting here. Maybe hang around the back.
Might get one.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, better than it was.
Okay.
Better than it was. You heard him say. I mean, that rock's behind the tee line, but I know Glenn Howard will be happy to see that spin in. So he has at least an outside shot of forcing here, and then number 3.
You gotta go there.
Yeah.
Guess it's just too early to split the rings here, Mike.
I think so.
Could go up top.
I think either guard that yellow.
gonna go
That's
there.
kind of if you really wanted
knows it.
Gushue to score, you throw it on the GO on that gold line logo and really dare Gushue to play the freeze. But Glenn's going to try to get the force, the old school way, and split the rings and not allow a double here for Team Gushue, and that's a tall task when you've got Gallant and particularly Mark Nichols at third. Almost impossible to not allow some sort of double.
Well, especially with 5 rocks to go, too. That's a lot of chances to group those 2 yellows together. But like you said, Glenn might just also be content to try and blank the next couple, since the end didn't really get set up the way that he wanted to.
Wait, good.
Where do you want it?
Right here. Wait there.
I said he changed gears pretty quickly.
Yes.
That's what I didn't like. I mean,
Yeah, true.
which is okay, and that's like I said, Glenn's played enough of these big games where he'll understand. It gets down to the last end, 1 down with the hammer coming home. I know he'd love to take his chances in that situation. So.
Well, and he's probably seen the run that Brad Gushue's been on. As we said, this is his first tournament of the year. He's won his first 5 games of the tournament, and after actually a tight one in his first one for Brad Gushue, he's really been pretty comfortable winners of the rest, including today. Hasn't finished a game, beating John Buke 8-3, and then John Epping 6-1. And the game against Epping was only 5 ends long, so obviously Gushue clicking well right now. So they'll start their mission to slowly march these 2 yellows closer together. And as they do that, we'll take this time to shout out a few of our sponsors here at curling.com, our presenting sponsors. You can see all of their logos behind the house. Of course, RBC, Firehouse Subs, Remax, and in particular Stu Sells Realty, Runback, which is the official apparel of curling.com, Close Concepts Electrical Solutions, and our presenting sponsor for the entire Toronto Tankard event is In Situ. They're an environmental remediation company, which, if that's the first time you're hearing those words, you're not alone. I wasn't sure what they were either, but after looking at their website, very cool company. They go into environmentally compromised sites and try to clean them up for future use for communities, whether that be old gas stations, old industrial sites, factories, things of that nature. And they do a great job, so you can check them out at irsl.ca, and we thank them for their continuing support of curling.com.
Nose okay?
Same weight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's his light.
Scott Howard just going to try to
yep,
nose
yep.
here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. More, whoa. Tim.
Don't want to roll out here.
No, Tim. Dave.
Dave.
Okay, and they're fine. There was a slight panic there, Mike. I thought, oh, maybe we're rolling out here, but they keep that in the house, and it might be getting close to double time here. Maybe Brad's going to go one more.
I don't think he'll be able to roll anywhere where we won't have a double.
Yeah, it's very flat even for Mark Nichols here on this one, but so one more nose hit, then you heard Gushue say he's going to have one chance on his first rock of the third end, Brad Gushue's first rock of the third end, to make the make the double and bring a blank back into the mix. So good patience shown by both skips here in this third end.
Jeff. Hard, Jeff.
Same thing here. Doesn't want to roll out.
Made it a little harder on me.
Pretty good shot there.
Fine, yeah.
Glenn Howard, if he could choose, he would roll about 4 inches to the left there, right, for a little biter, make that double as difficult as possible for Brad Gushue. And you know Brad Gushue is going to try to give it a run. He has to, really, if he wants to get the blank.
I have no idea. Okay, I think he's same board weight. I am a little wider. Anybody worried about a curling? Okay. Board.
So perhaps to your point, Mike, just throwing board here is Glenn Howard. So usually that might suggest that he is trying to make that precise roll.
Well, definitely has to stay.
Yep.
That's the first job, of course.
Yep, no question.
It's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
You're saying it's maybe a little hot.
Yep.
And doesn't quite get the roll, but that is not an easy double for Brad Gushue here.
I think I got a whip.
For those of you at home, you want to get your stopwatches out on the hog to hog here. This will be one of the areas where that hip injury has really affected Brad Gushue. You know, you talk some of the skips out here, other than Glenn Howard. You know, the Jason Gunlisons of the world and some of the top-ranked teams. They can throw Kevin Cooey. You know, they can throw a 5-second hog to hog bullet. It's a weapon they have, and you know, Gushue, to get him into the sixes here, it's, you know, he starts to sacrifice his accuracy a little bit. So we'll see what type of speed he can throw here.
Yep.
Hard.
Tucked it in.
And Brad himself admitting that he maybe threw that in a little bit, and so Glenn Howard will get a little backdoor force here.
And that was 6.4 seconds, which is decent speed actually for Brad. But as I said, the accuracy was just not there that Gushue needed.
Yeah.
So again, make sure you stay here and take the force.
Yeah, I'm sure Glenn will be thrilled with that, especially given it's an odd number on the end board.
100%.
Whoa.
Mission accomplished.
Whoa. Gonna have.
So we just need to stick this here, does Glenn Howard.
Whoa. Tim, throw a lick on it. That's good. Good call, boys.
And he will. So it's going to be an open hit for Brad Gushue, or maybe draw. Okay, we'll see what Brad wants to do here. He's
Challenge for Team Gushue is they just haven't broken down those draw paths. A lot of one or two rocks in the draw path, and then a lot of straighter type of hits. So Gushue's going to hit actually.
well, and one of those situations too where if the worst case scenario happens for Gushue, he maybe hits and rolls out and you're only giving up a steal of 1, whereas if you miss a draw, the steal of 2 potentially comes into play.
And that's where that unknown factor with the ice speed is brings that little extra risk in, as you mentioned.
So here we go. Final stone for Brad Gushue in the third, facing 2 and needs an open hit and stick for his 1. And Brett Gallant trying to bring this over early.
Really gotta go.
Hard, Brett.
Really gotta
Looks like he's really got to go on it. We heard Mark Nichols. Will it stop in time? It will not. So Brad Gushue just not quite getting that shot as precise as he'd like, and it's a little cheeky steal for Glenn Howard here in the third. They're going to take a 1-0 lead into the fourth. We'll be right back.
Thank you for being that wild, crazy place filled with love and joy that I get to raise my family in.
Thank you for movie night.
Thank you for my new home, for giving me my independence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Welcome back, folks. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you in Canada who are celebrating today. We are celebrating here, too, at the Oakville Curling Club with a fantastic men's final. Brad Gushue against Glenn Howard, John Cullen alongside Mike Harris. And Mike, a steal of 1 for Glenn Howard in the third, and he didn't have to work particularly hard for it.
Didn't have to work at all. No, good series of shots from Team Howard in that end to really create the force, and that was an unforced error from Brad Gushue on his last.
I missed it.
So after we saw Glenn not happy about having to play a hit on lead stones there, they actually made 8 good shots, and Gushue was unable to create an angle for a double, and like I said, it was a surprising error from Brad on his last. So all of a sudden, Team Gushue has to change gears.
A little heavy. Yep. Good. Heavy.
They're now down and trying to figure out a way to score 2.
Tim March making a little mistake coming into the house on his guard attempt. So this will allow Jeff Walker to hit it and try to roll behind that corner, and he gets pretty close, not quite buried, but almost edge on edge there.
$10-8. It's good weight. Yeah, it looked good the whole way down.
Of course, Glenn sponsored for a long time by the beer store, also his place of employment.
I think he's happily retired.
Well,
now,
yes,
but,
was his place
yeah,
of employment, yeah.
Still frequents the beer store fairly often, I'm sure.
I would imagine so, yeah. Growing up in Ontario and then moving to Vancouver, it was weird when they didn't have anything just called the beer store in Vancouver. Right. It was like, wait a minute, this beer store has a name? You know, it'd be like Lefty's Beer and Liquor or whatever. You know, it was like, oh, we just called the beer store.
I'm sure you're aware we've actually moved on here in Ontario. We can actually get beer at the grocery store now. It's pretty big news.
That is big news.
It is. Feel like adults now.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've yet to get there in BC, but we're happy being the hippie teenagers that won't move out of their parents' basement. Obviously also sponsored by VR Mechanical and Broker Link is Team Glenn Howard and Balance Plus as well.
Or peel, yeah.
What do you like, Dave?
Maybe being a top-level curler gets easier when you're retired, maybe. I mean, Glenn continues to make it look easy, but he's got even more time to do it now.
Yeah, there's not many retirees still playing, playing in the high-level men's game, I can tell you that.
Yeah, no.
It's a pretty short list of 1, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All the Ontario seniors curlers are just thanking praying to their rosary beads that Glenn is still
he's
mucking
not
around
play
on the
seniors.
men's yeah.
He's waiting until Scott turns 50, then he'll play seniors.
I like that.
It's got a ways to go.
He'll join him. Yeah. Join Scott in the seniors division.
I like that call, Davey.
So it looks like Brad Gushue, we might be. Maybe I don't think he can get inside this, Mike. I guess he's just trying to.
Well, the outturn's there. I think if he rolls buried, it may not be in the rings. That's probably more of the challenge here for Brad. But again, I'm sure Howard would be content to just allow Gushue to blank this fourth end. You know, take a 1-point lead into the odd ends, into end number 5, and then really try to force Gushue into scoring one. And there's the roll, but I don't think that'll be on. But I'm pretty sure you're going to see Glenn Howard play the slash double here.
Yeah, I would assume so as well. So Brad Gushue just not quite able to get going yet here, and the game's almost halfway done. So they'll have to find a way to work themselves into it here.
Ways. This way might be better.
Glenn obviously a little worried here, Mike, that maybe if he tries the double and chunks it, he potentially rolls it into the house, I guess.
Right, he could spin the top red into the forefoot, but or into the ring somewhere. But The other turn looks more natural, hitting it on the center line side, but then you're rolling for a center guard potentially, but it's your own.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep.
Just not wanting to give Brad Gushue any daylight here. So Scott Howard looking for the double. Now, will this stay on the rings? David Mathers may have been successful in waving it out of there. I don't know. He might just have been. I don't know how much wind force. Yeah, I don't know how much wind force you can generate with a balance plus light speed. I think they weigh like 0.98 grams or something like that. But I guess it was enough. It certainly looks that way anyway. But Brad Gushue now has a little bit of a corner guard here to work with. So we'll see if Mark Nichols can get this one buried.
Okay, line's good. Well then, room. Line's good. Close, yep. Well, you're by. Room! If you can, Brett. Keep it above. Okay, good shot, Mark.
That is lost. I think Glenn's got to play the run back here.
Absolutely. That rock's so lost, I'm looking at message boards for conspiracy theories about it. So big shot here for Scott Howard.
Hard!
It's the modern analogy compared to buried like Blackbeard's treasure that I would use.
What? Great shot from Scott Howard.
Kids, who's Blackbeard?
Yeah.
Man, I'll take a couple feet off. It's going to give you a little less ice.
Yeah, exactly right. My generation is out with Blackbeard and in with Hurley. So Mark Nichols will look to replicate that. That last draw was about as good as you could have made it.
Room. Line's good, boys. Switch. Room. You got more room on this, guys. Need some curl here, Brett. Needs to finish. Trying. Needs to finish. Go ahead. Yep, go ahead. Go ahead. Go. All you can get out of it. Go.
Pretty good effort.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think so. Just might not be as buried as his last one.
How much is going to curl? I don't see it going much.
And obviously, the guard had moved a little bit too. Yeah, he's going to be able to see enough of this to hit it.
If you were to nose it, what would you like? Yep. That's ballpark. I think it's going to be fighting the hill for a bit.
I know.
Kind of wait, hack?
Yep.
So just a little hack waiter around the guard here for Glenn.
Got Tim March on the inside here, so should be able to hold it straight without much difficulty. And I heard Scott Howard said it's going to be fighting the hill, so they think it's going to be a slow, very slow, gradual curl.
Kind of like it.
Glenn's got that really soft release, so his rocks will curl right away if he wants it to. Watch the release here and see how he does.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa.
Still on that hill.
Clean.
And now it's starting to move.
Yep. Right to it, Tim. Right to it.
So it did just about exactly what they thought. Stayed on that hill for a while and then came tumbling down, and a very nice shot from Glenn Howard. Although, Mike, I would think Brad Gushue could get this in a spot where Glenn Howard will be forced into the run back.
It definitely can roll far enough that you can see there's probably an inch or two of air there.
Somebody weight was good last end, you think, or just a hair heavy?
So Brad Gushue's first in the fourth and looking for his first points of the game. Trying to get inside of this Glenn Howard stone to get covered.
Hard, Brett. Hard.
I just don't think it will, and it just will not quite get there. So Glenn Howard will have the same shot available to him.
Yeah. I think same weight, Timothy. Agreed?
How to say our favorite ice maker, Scott Foster's like, Hill? What hill? What are you guys talking about?
Hey, we're just talking about what the curlers are
That's
saying,
right,
Scott. This is not, we're not inventing anything.
Don't be all
here.
defensive there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a metaphorical hill,
Yeah,
Scott.
that's right.
Okay,
It's,
it
not
just
an
was
actual
gradual curl. It's not a hill of frost or anything like that. Don't worry. But yeah, Scott Foster has been doing a phenomenal job with the ice here. This is
Other than that hill.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Room.
This is the 6th of 8 weekends of tournaments in a row here at the Oakville Curling Club. So
Yep. No. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Dave.
So a great job by Scott Foster and the crew here, and a great job by Glenn Howard to get the roll that Brad Gushue was looking for, and we might see Brad Gushue be forced here.
Yeah, it certainly would.
Third to a small half.
That is a very small half. I think the force is on. He can't afford to go down 2-0 here.
I think this way. Okay.
And the force is on, so Brad Gushue, another end. We're just on the wrong side of the inch. Glenn Howard makes a phenomenal final throw, and he's going to be forced to draw for one. So final stone here for Brad Gushue in the 4th with hammer, and he needs to touch the 8-foot for his single.
Oh, Jeff.
And nothing from Walker or Gallant so far. And this needs to put the brakes on in a hurry. Perfect. And it will stop just in time, right on the A.
Yikes.
And that shot was a bit of a yikes, but it stops just in time for Brad Gushue. So Glenn Howard will have his first chance with the hammer as we head into the second half of this game. Be sure to stay tuned right where you are. We'll be back on curling.com right after this.
There on my own. What's that?
Thank you for being that wild, crazy place filled with love and joy that I get to raise my family in.
Thank you for movie night.
Thank you for my new home, for giving me my independence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi, folks. I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Thank you for being that wild, crazy place filled with love and joy that I get to raise my family in.
Thank you for movie night.
Thank you for my new home for giving me my independence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff. Good shot.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to continuing coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. You're watching the men's final here on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and World Curling TV. We've got Team Gushue against Team Howard here, and they're, after 4 ends, all tied up at 1. John Cullen here alongside Mike Harris, and Mike, Team Howard playing well, and Team Gushue maybe just needing to grow into the game a little bit here.
Well, I think, yeah, Team Howard's got to be very happy with the way things have gone. They've kind of stolen the darts, as they say in that other sport, and they've now tied with the hammer as they head into the second half of the game. So that's a big change in momentum in their favor here in this championship final. So, yeah, mission accomplished for Team Howard through the first 4 ends, and I know Team Gushue will be looking to definitely want to force Howard into taking one here. I mean, if they could steal, great, but they'd love to have the hammer in 6. 1 down.
Absolutely.
Top 4.
As we talked
Top
about
4.
earlier, this is
T-line's
Team
good.
Gushue's first event of the season, so
T-line. Whoa.
this is their
T-line.
first 3-game day of the year, so maybe that could be responsible
Marks
for
if you're going. Marks if you're going. Marks. Whoa.
just Glenn Howard having maybe a little more sharpness than them so far, but of course, Brad Gushue been one of the best teams on the planet for as long as you can remember.
Good throw. Great weight.
They'll be full value for the second half of the game, I'm sure.
And you want to see a guy who can throw it hard, Dave Mathers here coming out of the hack. This will have some heat on it.
It will, and gets rid of both of the Gushue guards without too much difficulty, does Mathers.
Kind of like right there for now.
Of course, Team Gushue, as you can see on their sort of
Oh,
signature jackets,
went out, so he can't roll
once
in.
again sponsored by Kubota, Purolator, Maple Leaf Prime, Eastlink, and Hardline. One of the few teams in the sport, I think, to sort of keep a distinctive look year over year with the orange and purple and the purple pants. And I have to say I'm a fan, Mike.
Yeah, they've, well, that's kind of the new thing, right? You get your team branded, and everyone's got their look.
Yep.
What do you say, very familiar
No, it's going to overcurl.
for all Team Gushue fans. And they are all over the country, I can assure you, as we've traveled coast to coast with the Grand Slam of curling. There are new fans of Newfoundland all all over our great country. So
yeah, no, we've even seen that here on curling.com. This is the first event we've had Gushue a part of, and certainly lots of people shouting them out in the chat. And when they're not on the stream, people are asking us why they're not on the stream. And yeah, obviously an extremely popular team and great ambassadors for the sport. Yes, exactly.
Olympic champions 2006, and the Three Briars, and world champions, and yeah, they've done it all. As you say, they're kind of been at the forefront of the sport for about the last 10 years.
Back 8, back 12.
Yep. Whoa.
And been around for
Lots
a lot
of weight.
longer
Weight's
than that.
good. Back
Yes,
line.
certainly.
At 2006, that's already
back line.
15 years ago that
Got him,
they won their Olympic gold medal, if you can imagine.
Yeah, I can. Being a British Columbian, Brad Gushue came onto my radar in the year 2000,
Shot, Dave.
and that's a year Brad Gushue would like to forget. But in BC, it was a good moment for us in the Canadian Junior Finals. Of course, Brad would go on to win the Canadian Juniors the next year, and
yes,
he's had a slightly better career than Brad Kuhn. So I don't think he's thinking too much about that missed shot.
It's funny.
In 2000.
Go back, my first broadcast, professional broadcast, was that Canadian Junior Final in St. Catharines. Brad Gushue won, so that was my first start with CBC Sports way back in the day. So,
aw,
yeah, tears in our eyes.
Beautiful. So Mark Nichols just looking to maybe unlock that red one here. As we get another look at the Run Back cable cam. Run Back, the official apparel of curling.com. You can check out all of their curling jackets and apparel and designs at runback.ca.
Well, Team Gushue playing with fire a little here. They're leaving a lot of yellows hanging around without the hammer. So you really need to be precise with the angles you set up, and that's a good rock there. And not so much that it can't be removed right now, but when Howard does move it out of the way, now he's got a little pocket set up at the back.
You don't need that much weight.
Chance either if perhaps a hit and roll available off that yellow at the top of the
You can hit it though.
forefoot. So
You can hit right here.
very patient
If I just do this,
calls from Gushue,
makes
but
that roll, right?
as I said, it requires a lot of skill to play with these rocks in play
try to hit
without
and hang
the
on
hammer.
12 foot.
I feel like you want to chisel it off ours. It's real hard to make it with going through here and hanging around, isn't it?
It's the best shot. It's tough calling that angle off the
It
hill.
is. The more if we can move this one over here is even better.
So they're looking at hitting,
just board.
7/8 of that red and just
I don't mind a little
glancing
like
off
that,
the
like
yellow at the top of the forefoot, squeezing the yellow stone to the right a little bit, and sending that red one out the left side of the screen, or left side of the house as we're looking at it. And again, talk about high degree of difficulty.
Just a paper tick money.
I know.
The easier shot is just to pick it clean with any type of weight. But Glenn wants to save the shooter.
Just don't want to do that.
Right, don't want to lose that back yellow is the comment from Glenn Howard.
No, you can't.
I like board, Scott.
Okay.
So we're going to try to get as close, just a little bit high side of nose. Squeeze that yellow on the left further out into the 8 foot.
What is it, like
Save the
half?
shooter.
Oh, no, thicker than that.
Thicker than that?
Yeah. Like 2/3?
I'm just trying to feather it. Solid board?
Yeah.
Talked about it earlier. This is one of those situations where you defer to Glenn. Let his experience
Dave.
help you out.
Got to get a piece.
Hard, Dave.
Hard.
Looks
Hard.
like Scott Howard
Hard.
might have floated this one a little
red,
bit.
red.
And so he will end up just picking it clean, which not a bad plan B.
That was the easier option, certainly.
Same weight, Mark.
But, again, the danger is, as I said, that hit and roll's available, and there's a pocket back there. So lots of good things can happen.
Do you want to get it past that red?
Oh, yeah.
You want to roll directly behind the two on the center line.
I want
is
to
the
make
call.
sure we roll, so.
I had enough space to do that.
Okay, just here then.
Give you 2 or 3 more feet.
Yeah. How does that look?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just through. 6 feet more. Slow. Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Close.
Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Hard!
Whoa. Roll it. Good shot.
Great shot there from Mark Nichols.
Could not have walked that down any better. And you see the beauty of that shot is that yellow-red combination goes into the pocket at the back. So again, really hard for Glenn Howard to get rid of everything here.
You gotta make this
Definitely
way,
looking like
How
it's
do
a
you make it?
force.
Basically, right on the nose. Probably nuts that.
Oh,
What's that? Yeah, try and go through this way. Yeah.
and if you run it this way, the red's gonna go into the yellow.
Could.
The best is you can go through the port. You sit 1-2.
I know. That's a hair. It's a hair on this side though. You got it. You got to get the yellow. You got to get the yellow going toward here, right?
Just because this 2 is gonna stay in the house.
I know.
Straight peel.
No thanks. I think we can run at this.
I could throw a board and just nut it.
Yeah. Let's throw normal. Trying to hit this yellow onto that one. And that brings it over there a little bit. See what I mean?
Sorry, say that again.
Basically, yeah, it's just right there.
I could nose it and make and the red go off this way. Like it's actually a hair low. Right?
What, and lose that, try and get rid of that one?
No, just right on the nose.
Yeah.
Or just a hair low. This comes back across the face, and then this goes this way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's hard to do that, Scott.
How?
You got to hit that. You got to hit pretty. That's going to squirt out. It's there, but
right on the nose. Isn't it close?
Right on the nose nuts it, I think.
The key part of this equation for my money, again, not to question Glenn Howard, they're really trying to figure out a way to send the top red on the forefoot back and
right there.
Either make some sort of double on the other red one.
So
at the
I'm
back,
just
but
hair
if
high.
you could ever save your yellow at the top, partially buried behind the one you're throwing, you can actually, or leave it partially buried somehow, either behind the one you're throwing or the one you're sending into the rings. You could still keep 2 in the mix. So anyway, somewhere near the nose and take your chances.
Okay.
Looks like they're going to try to hit it just left of center as we're looking at it. Send it to the right side of that yellow. Have the red go straight back down the center line.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. It's real close.
Yep.
Like that.
So just like that?
Just like that. Wow.
Oh my goodness. What a tasty little number from Scott Howard there.
Heck of a shot.
Navigates the hole at the back, gets rid of both of the Gushue counters, and now it's Glenn Howard lying 2 with hammer.
Yeah, what a wonderful shot.
Yeah, because he's going to have a double almost no matter what. Right? And even if he tapped it to there, he still has a double.
Impressive too. They changed the call of the weight in the hack, and that didn't seem to bother Scott much either. So
obviously, we're talking
great shot, and now Gushue's into it here, Mike.
Well, again, that goes back to leaving opponent stones around when you don't have the hammer. I mean, that's the risk you're taking. They did a very good job, Gushue did, of setting up a potential situation, but where they could figure out a way to possibly steal or get the force. But a phenomenal shot by Scott Howard there has turned things around. Looks like they're playing the tap on that red. Straight tap freeze to the one at the back of the 8-foot.
Yeah, right on the nose.
I get away with a little high if I'm back 4, but it's pretty well
ideally
nosed.
right back to it. Yeah.
So this is precise. Brad Gushue needs to make about an 8-foot tap here. Facing 2 Howard counters. This is Gushue's first here in the 5th.
Wait. Yep. Yep. Line. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Line. Yep. Hard line.
Breckelan on it right out of the hand.
Gotta go. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 No.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Red double's going to be there.
That's not play anyway. Sure. Well, we hurt somebody.
Yeah. Just a hair high.
The hair high?
Yep. Nose just
Okay.
almost touches it. Can I stand back here?
Yep.
That.
See this coming up a bit?
Another great shot from Brad Gushue.
Yeah, just didn't quite get the line exactly where they wanted to, Mike.
This is not easy.
Nope. So we've already seen some fine shot making this end, and we'll see if Glenn Howard can add to that tally.
Whoa, yep! Hard!
Just curls too much. And Brad Gushue is left sitting one, and Mike, you got to think that this is inviting a steal here.
Well, what do you play? Do you play the guard the yellow that Glenn just threw? It's probably the easiest shot for Glenn Howard to score. I don't see much else.
Did he ever take that on? He might, but we can't take both of them away. This is his easiest
You
shot.
heard him say, is he ever going to take on the double run? And I suspect Glenn Howard will throw the yellow up the middle for 2, rather than draw the side of the button for 1.
Side of the button a lot more.
Degree of difficulty is, it's a little higher with the run back, but the reward is huge.
You want middle?
And with what we've seen from draws so far, and Glenn hasn't had to throw one in a while, the degree of difficulty on the draw might be just about the same.
Well, he's very close to the button right now, and he's got to go wide on that in-turn side to make the draw.
He's going to have enough time to curl.
So yeah, if the degree of difficulty is just about the same, you might favor the shot for 2. So Brad Gushue right now just trying to take away the easiest shot for 2. Throwing up a guard with his last. He's sitting 1.
Clean, Brett. Keep it out there. Stay down, Brett. Over and off. Over and off. Whoa, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. Needs to stop.
They're worried it's over curling a bit here.
Sit. Any day. Okay. Okay, it's good.
And Brad seems to think it's guarded enough of it.
I think it's done the
I
job.
think it has, yeah.
Overboard?
Oh, no, I was like firm.
Oh.
My run back.
So I was thinking the other one. I was thinking, okay.
Just like solid normal.
Okay, put the broom down.
What kind of weight you throwing?
Solid normal.
So here comes up the middle, yellow, red for 2.
Right in the nut, eh?
Right on the nose.
Yeah, exactly what we expected. So you heard Glenn and Scott agree. You just got to hit this yellow one on the nose. But easier said than done. About a 10-foot double run back for 2 here for Glenn Howard, but this could blow the game open if he makes it.
And despite what you're seeing on the scoreboard, it is 1-1.
Yes.
Team Gushue has neglected to post their single from the 4th end. Here we go.
Final stone.
Whoa. Close. Whoa.
Close.
Yep.
Close.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Hard. Harder, Tim. Harder, Tim. Harder.
And that will just over curl on Glenn Howard. So Brad Gushue, his turn to put on the balaclava and steal a point. So Gushue will take a 2-1 lead heading into the 6th end. You're watching the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard men's final on curling.com.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Thank you for being that wild, crazy place filled with love and joy that I get to raise my family in.
Thank you for movie night.
Thank you for my new home for giving me my independence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard, live from Oakville, Ontario. John Cullen here along with Mike Harris. You might be watching the game on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, or World Curling TV. Big steal for Brad Gushue in the fifth end, so he leads 2-1 as we play the pivotal sixth end. Glenn Howard with hammer. And speaking of curling.com, let's take a quick look at the website here. So everything is now live on curling.com. Line scores. You can take a look at all of the scores throughout the whole event. We've got stats. Everything on the side there. You can see the hammer efficiencies and factors and force efficiencies for the teams. We've even got a stopwatch function for you on the right there, so you can get all of your info on curling.com. Just head on over to the website, sign up, and you'll be able to see all of your favorite curlers, all of your favorite line scores, all of the action here all the time. So check it out, curling.com. And we'll head back to our feature game.
Looked like a typo there. Was it Glenn Howard? They said he was 59. Is that? Oh, no, it's not a typo. Yes, he is 59.
Yeah, he's 59. yeah, I know. It's hard to imagine he's doing this all at
still playing
59
fantastic.
years old. Yeah, unbelievable.
Well, what a big moment in the game there. That really the missed run back on Glenn's first was the one that set up the steal here, and that it's a lot to ask. Make a 10-foot double run back to score. So Gushue has taken the darts back, as I said at the beginning of the fifth end there, and now is one up, playing six. Still not a bad situation for either team really, but Glenn Howard, you know, he's going to be making sure that he scores here in six. Worst case, he gets a single and, you know, one hammer each to finish up. And a blank would not be a bad result here for Brad Gushue. He would do everything in his power to force Glenn to score in seven if that happened. But looks like we're gonna see two teams mix it up here, John.
Probably cheated a little on this side.
Yeah, no question. And this is one of the hallmarks of the modern game. Teams have obviously been playing the scoreboard for quite some time now. That's not new, but certainly the focus on the sixth end in an eight-end game has been something we've talked about a lot over the last few years as analytics becomes more prevalent in the game. And, you know, I think back to practicing, you know, with your team, and we'd always be practicing eighth end scenarios or 10th end scenarios as a way to finish up practice. And now more and more you're seeing teams practice sixth end scenarios where they're trying to either generate points or, like you say, force a blank, that kind of thing, because it's become so crucial to deciding who ends up winning the game.
I think rolling's the key.
Back.
Now it looks like Gushue's committed to the center with that those big gap between the two reds, and this is a good chance though for Team Howard. You know, obviously there's a risk with leaving center guards, but he's going to try to lie two here, and he'd love a situation like he had last end where there's a bunch of yellows hanging around the rings and Team Gushue ends up ignoring them. So I'm not sure how much risk Brad Gushue is willing to take, but there's a little mistake there, and the Gushue is going to try to get under here now and really
13-2 on Dave.
force Howard into playing some sort of run back.
Yeah, I think for Team Gushue here, just wanting to make sure that second yellow in the 12-foot behind the corner doesn't end up factoring in. So
yeah, just through
a
the
nice
hack.
hit and roll will do a lot
Hack.
for that.
Whoa. Yep. Hack, wait.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Gotta go, guys. Hard. Hard. Hard, no roll. Sit.
And that's pretty good from Brett Gallant, but it might have just peeked out the other side, Mike.
Yeah, it did. Enough for Glenn Howard to move it. Interesting. He could freeze here. If he ever corner freezes on that, there's that yellow on the right-hand side of the screen. He could slash it in later.
All right, go same weight then.
So, but Glenn thinks he can stay here by playing the hack waiter.
It's not going to go as much as this side. Same weight. Not as much.
Definitely would love to stay. But more importantly, needs to move this red out of the 12-foot so that his shot rock behind the corner guard will be lying one.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Shooter. It's really close. Go right over.
Heck of a shot there from Dave Mathers.
Really good shot. And now Glenn Howard lies two buried behind the corner.
Like freeze?
Now it's Brad Gushue who's in chase mode.
Either that or this.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It's a tough triple, though, to be honest.
Okay. Whatever.
You like this? Matters more if Mark likes it.
You favor one or the other here, Mike?
Okay. So we're trying to hit
Well,
it
you
just
heard Brad say it matters what the shooter wants. You know, do you like the freeze or do you like the run triple?
The other option is, you go a little thinner, but
that was my thought.
Okay.
Okay, let's go with your first one then.
Okay.
Like just a.
Yeah, the reason I like that is, we're going to roll here and it's going to give us an out at some point.
Like
hopefully.
an inch low?
Yeah.
So big shot here for Mark Nichols if they want to maybe keep the force or the steal alive.
Whoa.
Needs to get these Howard Stones moving.
Whoa, Jeff. Hard, Jeff.
And he will just miss the back one, and starting to look pretty sunny here for Glenn Howard.
That was hard to do, to leave both yellows in the rings and the corner guard. Glenn's looking the split. Yeah, there's the split's the instinct. But the problem with the split, you've played enough, John. You invariably end up leaving them.
I think that's the play, Scott.
In a spot where there's an easy double.
Back 12.
So it's tricky to throw it hard enough to make the split properly, because the risk, of course, if you hit on the nose, you bump it right through the rings. So they're trying to bump this Crab the Rock curl past the center, bump it to the back 12, and roll under that corner guard again is the call.
So we'll see if Scott Howard can find some of that magic that he had last end. He made a couple absolute dandies. He's going to need to make another one here.
Back line. Weight's good. A little tight. You got to go line. Got to go line. Hard
really
line.
got to go. Hard.
Hard line.
And Tim March is on this right out of the hand.
Harder.
Can he save it? It'll get by. Now they need that yellow to hang on.
Not a terrible result, actually.
Just over curls a little bit, but might not be too bad. Does give Gushue that hit and roll.
Hack. Okay.
Again, similar to last end, leaving a lot of yellows hanging around. So not without risk. They need to be very precise with the roll. The good news is if they make the roll, it's behind two long Two red guards that are well separated.
Really got to go,
That
Brett.
looks tight.
Hard for a piece of it. Hard.
Like a Toiger?
Hard, Brett.
Hard for a piece. You never like hearing that.
No.
Hard. Come on, hard. You're keeping it. Go, 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 go. Hard to stay on this one.
I don't think he's going to. Yeah, he just gets it out of play. Or does he?
Needs that out of the house, and that's a little
boy.
friendly Howard spin. And now you want to talk about leaving yellows hanging on the rings. Howard's going to have a shot to lie for.
That is a lonely red.
You can't go here.
Yeah, I'm starting to hear Three Dog Night in my head.
We go here, take our chances.
I think so.
Board.
So now if Howard rolls away here, we might see Gushue drawing for his life here, Mike.
Well, yes. I don't know if there's going to be much option. If he rolls wide, I think Brad Gushue will take one stab at the hit and roll into the pile of 3 yellows at the back of the rings.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Certainly looking to roll away here.
Whoa, yep, right to it.
Whoa. Perfect.
And they will do just that.
Rolls too far to make that hit and roll. So excellent shot there
Perfect
from Scott
shot
Howard.
from
I think
Scott
he can play
Howard.
the freeze though for shot stone now. That's the problem with that roll.
Yeah.
But,
Not the easiest hole, but
And
it's
speaking of lying for, over in our ladies' final, Holly Duncan has been in control the entire game, and she just stole 4 on Shannon J. So the ladies' final is all but in the books. Holly Duncan up 7-0 on Shannon J. So Shannon J had a phenomenal weekend, playing with only 3 all weekend, made the ladies' final out of the Seaside. But it looks like their luck might be running out, and Holly Duncan might be heading for her second straight title here at the Oakville Curling Club.
yeah, running out of gas likely.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
sweeper and
Yeah, it's a tough way to go, and Holly Duncan had a great game against Mackenzie Zacharias in the semi as well, beating her 7-1. So anytime you can win a semifinal and a final, only giving up 1 point, that's pretty impressive. And speaking of pretty impressive, Brad Gushue's going to need to be just that right now. Glenn Howard is lying 4 with the hammer, and Brad Gushue is making a freeze that could decide this game if it's not made.
grip heavy. Yeah, my grip. Clean. Whoa. Off. Whoa. Line's good. Clean. Whoa.
Shot has to be there.
Whoa.
the good news is there is a guard,
Needs a curl bit.
and as long as the freeze is in the ballpark, it should be mission accomplished. So
Jeff. Yep.
let's get back to the patience of what Glenn Howard might be doing here, and he might just ignore all that and listen. My 4 yellows, as much as I would like to get them to count, it's just not going to happen right now. So let's ignore it and go around the middle.
Gotta go here, boy. Yeah.
I mean, it certainly seems with it's not just that Gushue made the freeze, but he basically made it perfect, Mike. I mean, that is just absolutely
You can make it
welded
real
on the
good.
face of that yellow.
Right in the button.
So maybe a little frustrating for Glenn, but 2 still in play for him here.
Certainly, yeah, and again, good patient call here from Glenn Howard.
Make it.
Take your medicine. Scott Howard's rolled a rock too far on his last and allowed the freeze to be played by Team Gushue where they can get shot stone. And anything near the button, you're going to see
Should be.
Brad Gushue play a freeze and try to make
So I can,
scoring 2 as difficult as possible here for Glenn Howard. So Glenn's got to be careful. Keep this in front of the tee line. Top button, dead buried is the call.
Okay, you got room. You got
Gotta
tons
go.
of room. Line's good. You're gonna have to curl at the end.
Curl.
You really got to curl. It's wide open.
Come on, Dave. Why is that
By the
not
guard
curl?
by
Hard.
a foot or
Come on.
so.
Come on. There it goes.
Keep going. Keep going.
Come on.
Whoa.
Just didn't have the legs.
Nope.
Swept the whole way.
I don't know if we want to stick around, to be quite honest, man. What? Fly it, yeah. If we ever happen to. Yeah. Although, Good chance he's jamming there. And this is frozen. This is not going very far.
He can't come off of the yellow. Can
What's
he?
that?
Brett? Can he come off the outside yellow? It's probably coming onto this one anyway.
No.
Bless
Yeah. I think we just fly this, to be quite honest.
I'm fine with that, Brad.
you. So Brad Gushue thinks that freeze is good enough that as long as he gets rid of this yellow, Glenn's probably trying to take one.
Well, he doesn't want to stay in the top of the 12-foot where Glenn Howard could come in off anything on the left side of the sheet to nudge that red that is in play.
I think it's
to the
better to
left.
leave that one.
I think if you just, I think if Gushue can remove shot stone and roll out of play, without touching anything on the left-hand side as we're looking at it, the force.
I let him play it.
Force is on.
Okay. So we're trying to make this.
Glenn Howard has
don't
to
try
score
too
here
hard,
in
though.
net number 6. You cannot risk giving up.
Make
a
sure
steal.
this one goes away.
Yep.
So Brad Gushue with a phenomenal shot on his first opens himself up for a little easier one on his second. Just needs to make the yellow shot stone go away.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
And that's as cool as you like from Brad Gushue. And gets rid of 3 of the yellows just for fun. Why not?
Now it's only for 2 if you're going to play it.
So yeah, maybe I think Glenn was going to draw anyway, but Brad sort of said, oh, well, you know, if you ever were going to come off the yellow, now it's only for 2, so you're certainly never going to try it.
Yeah,
before that shot, it was maybe for 4.
There's no chance he was playing that
No.
that in off the yellow.
No,
Jason Gunnelson could maybe make it, but
yeah,
Glenn Howard not in his wheelhouse. So mission accomplished for Team Gushue.
Yeah, it was
playing with fire here the last couple of events.
absolutely. It was a bit of maybe an Apollo 13 style mission where it looked a little shaky and Team Gushue was phoning mission control, but they managed to land the ship
Pretty hot from
successfully,
here.
and now Glenn Howard needs to find his draw weight here to get one, and this looks really heavy.
That's through, eh?
Mathers has abandoned it, and March will now too. And what a turn of events.
Unforced error.
Yeah. So Glenn Howard at one point in this end was looking like a crooked number was going up on the board, but instead it's 1 going up on the board for Brad Gushue, getting a pivotal point in the 6th end. Brad Gushue will take a 3-1 lead into the 7th end. You're watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard on curling.com.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi, folks. I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Thank you for being that wild, crazy place filled with love and joy that I get to raise my family in.
Thank you for movie night.
Thank you for my new home, for giving me my independence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Curling.com's continuing coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. There we see the concerned face of Glenn Howard as he gave up an unfortunate steal in the 6th, and Team Brad Gushue now leads 3-1, playing the 7th here in our men's final. John Cullen alongside Mike Harris, and I feel like we've said this after a few ends, Mike. It was just a crucial mistake putting points on the board.
Yeah, two mistakes there. One first from Scott Howard rolling a little too far, allowing the freeze for Brad Gushue to get out of trouble, and then really in a final, you have to make sure you make that draw in 6 for Glenn Howard against a team like Brad Gushue. You cannot afford to be giving points. So instead of it being one hammer each in a tie game, you're down 2 now, and the odds. For those of you who, you talked about analytics earlier, like really the odds now of Glenn Howard winning this game have dropped significantly with that steal in 6, 2 down playing with the hammer with 2 ends to go. Big trouble.
Harder.
Certainly, yes. It's not the
Doesn't look harder though.
Not the 6th end that Glenn Howard wanted to have, and perhaps especially deflating, Mike, when Glenn Howard was looking for so long in that end like he was going to be putting multiple points on the board.
Well, no fear shown by Team Gushue, and obviously Glenn Howard has a plan here. They're going open. They're going for the blank here in the 7th end.
Okay, here's the deal. We want to make sure we stick around, so you want board? Okay.
The importance of sticking around.
I liked the way Brad approached that. Here's the deal.
Don't miss.
Don't miss. Yeah. Exactly. Always love when my skip gives me that boost of confidence before I throw.
Thanks, Skipper. I know we have to stay.
Yeah. Here's the deal. You should make all your shots. If you make all your shots, guess what? We'll probably win. Oh, okay. Thanks for the advice. Well, Brett Gallant takes the advice to heart and makes that shot with no problem.
Yeah, and here comes the double attempt. Dave Mathers, one of the great nicknames in the sport, Splash.
Splash.
Not sure how we got that name actually, but it's a good one.
I don't think I want to speculate how we got that
considering how hard he throws the rock. We'll go with that.
Yeah, that's what we'll say it is. Makes a big splash out on the ice.
Shooter.
And that'll go just like that. And so we might just be heading on down to Blanksville.
Tankard.
Just getting my dress shoes on, guys. The crew's getting mad at me because I'm hitting the table, but
Shaking the monitor.
I'm just switching into dress shoes. That's
John.
all. I got to do some post-game interviews after this. Be sure to keep it locked here wherever you're watching from. We'll have a trophy presentation and post-game interviews with both the men's and women's successful skips, we'll say, the winning skips. That'll be following the conclusion of this men's final here.
Make sure you get a wide shot of your shoes in that.
That's why I'm wearing them, Mike.
Shoes are important.
Yes, exactly. Well, what happened was we did this in the first event, and I didn't know. It was my first time, obviously, covering a curling.com event, and we sort of decided it was a little bit of an audible on finals day. Hey, John, why don't you go out and do a post-game interview? I said, okay, well, our camera's mounted on the roof, so unfortunately for the viewers at home, they're getting a view of my entire body, not just my head, which is probably the best part of me. So I was wearing running shoes and a suit, which is, not really the way. Yeah, exactly. It's not really the way you want to look. So I bought some nice shoes this week, but I also didn't want to wear dress shoes all day here. So a little peek behind the curtain.
This is behind the scenes insight, folks, that you just don't hear about on the regular show. This is what we talk about in a quiet end. That's perfect,
yes, exactly. When it's a blank end, then that's...
Socks? You wearing socks?
Nope, I'm going no socks.
Okay.
I'm doing the new kind of loafer with no socks
right
thing.
on.
Yeah. Figure I might as well make a splash here. I saw.
Well, it's 23 degrees here in Oakville today.
True.
So yeah, no socks is acceptable.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be trying that in,
No.
Selkirk in January, for example.
Well, I watched the. Oh, good. We get a nice look at the broadcast booth here. Thank you so much for tuning in on us. Hey, Steve, thank you for that shot. Myself and Mike Harris here, giving you a shot of the broadcast perch. I'll spare you having to look at my feet right now, but you'll see them soon.
The shoes are spectacular.
Thank
folks,
you,
is all I
Mike. I
say.
appreciate it.
Maybe we squeeze over to sheet 6, so catch the last couple of shots in the women's final here.
Yeah, we've got this interview to do, and I've been watching the Maple Leafs All or Nothing on Amazon Prime, and all the Leafs, they look so cool with their no socks and loafers. So I figured I'd try and copy them. My shoes are worth about $1,000 less than theirs, but we'll see if I can pull it off. I'm sure the viewers will let me know.
Sure it's halfway.
And of course, curling.com will be back next weekend as well. You'll be able to see Glenn Howard and a host of other men's teams face off in the New Floors Penticton Classic. It's one of the best events on the men's calendar in the non-slam division. A ton of the top teams are there getting ready for the pre-trials and for the Olympic trials, so we'll be covering that. We've got Epping will be there, Team Japan, Matsumura, Colton Flash, Karsten Sturmay, Matt Dunstone, Glenn Howard, as I said, Tyler Tardy, Nicholas Sedin, Team Korea, Team Kui. It's going to be a phenomenal field, so make sure you keep it locked on curling.com next weekend for full coverage of that event. Us and the crew are looking forward to our first road trip. We've only been covering events at the Oakville Curling Club so far, so I'm looking forward to getting to my home province and watching some great curling.
Oh, line's good, line. Line's good.
Line's fine.
Clean it.
Now down to the final 3 stones of the end, and Glenn Howard looking for quick peel here, and then the blank attempt on his last.
Yep. On the 4-foot line? I was thinking on the 12-foot line. Yeah, a little bit more than that. Yeah. That'll get us like edge of the 8, I think. Okay.
Over in the ladies' final, Shannon Jay getting on the board against Holly Duncan, picking up a deuce. So Holly Duncan will take a 7-2 lead into the 7th end.
It's not heavy. Okay.
Yeah, no rush to get home for either team there, clearly.
Apparently not.
Down
Oh,
5
yeah.
without.
They're both Ontario teams, so
Yeah.
they probably figure, hey, why not? It's a holiday Monday. Might as well throw a few more rocks.
They might have heard about your shoes. Team J want to catch a little bit of the shoes, see what happens there.
Yeah, really.
Must be it.
Really painted myself into a corner here. Now people are really going to be paying attention to these shoes.
Yeah, well, here's the blank attempt now for Team Howard. Played the whole end for this. Last rock on its way.
Clean it up. Good.
And so the attempt to blank is successful, and we'll see if Glenn Howard's strategy pays off. He's down 2 going into the final end. You're watching the Stu Sells Tankard live on curling.com.
Oh my God.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi, folks. I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
So here we go, folks. Welcome back. It's the final end of the men's final here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard, live from the Oakville Curling Club in Ontario, Canada. And we have the Ontario boys, Glenn Howard from Penetanguishene, looking to get 2 back. He's down 2 to the team from St. John's, Newfoundland, Brad Gushue. And it's been a close back and forth game, but a couple mistakes in back-to-back ends for Glenn Howard led to consecutive steals for Gushue, and that's where we find ourselves right now. So Glenn Howard purposely blanking the 7th end in order to get to the 8th with hammer, and we'll see if that strategy pays off, but he's going to need to put 2 on the board here. How do you think he does it, Mike?
Well, that's the 5-rock rule, right? This is kind of a relatively, well, new in the last few years, but if you're going to take all the risk, you may as well do it in the last end. And, we've seen quite a few opportunities to get 3 coming home in this situation. You know, if Brad Gushue and his teammates can line up their stones in front of the tee line, it makes it a little bit more difficult for Glenn Howard. But you know, assuming there are no misses from Team Howard, Brad Gushue is going to have to make 2 doubles to not give up 2, and if he doesn't make any doubles, there may be a shot for 3 later in the end. So that, but you know, first things first. You know, Team Howard, they know they have to make all 8.
Halfway.
And they'll likely have something certainly for 2, and if the chips fall nicely, maybe a chance for 3.
Dave, gotta get right to my broom. Hard, Dave. Come on.
And along those lines, I was got a email from my CBC colleague Bruce Rainey. He asked me to do a video for Mark Dacey is being inducted into the Nova Scotia Sports Hall of Fame. Team Dacey, famously in their Briar win took 3 coming home.
Yeah,
in the last to beat Randy.
My favorite end of all time.
Yeah, took 3 and 8, gave him 1, took 3 and 10 to come back from 4 down with 3 ends to play. So it can be done.
Yep, and certainly
that was before the 5 rock
exactly rule. That was before the 4 rock rule. No, 4 rock rule was still there.
Yeah, the free guard zone was certainly in play, but they actually used rocks in the rings to come around in that scenario. But I'm sure Randy and Dave Nedone are thrilled that I'm bringing that up.
I'm sure they're thrilled every time it gets brought up to them over the last 15 years.
They did okay around that. Two Briars before, 2 Briars after that. So
yeah,
so it was a 3 and 1. I can't remember, but
hard, guys.
4 Briars all the same for one of the best teams of all time, the Furby 4. So yeah, I'm sure they'll get over it as best you can. I mean, you know, I missed a penalty shot in my beer league semifinal this summer in hockey, and I still think about that and probably will for the next 10 years. So no real stakes on the line there. So when you miss in games with stakes, it might stick with you a little longer, but certainly the successes that come after always help. And so Glenn will be looking to get around these corner guards here. Gushue's got 3 in the house.
top 8.
Weight's good. Gotta go. Row. Weight's good. We're there. Top 8. Yep. Row. Keep.
Weight's there.
Oh, line's good. Line's real good. Easy, Tim. Easy. Keeping it clean. Easy. Just cleaning it. Easy, easy.
Gotta stop.
Get Tim a hair. Tim a hair. Tim a hair. Yep. Go, 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 go.
Very nice.
Shot,
Good
Dave.
start.
Yeah, nice shot from David Mathers. And as you said,
What do
Glenn
you like?
Howard going to have to make 8 shots to make this end work. And so far they're 3 for 3.
I don't know if
Quite literally all in a row
you
there.
peel this middle one at all. Yeah, try that or that. I like that.
So I guess the one
Hack.
nice part for them, Mike,
Which
that
one
they're
are we
all in a
playing?
straight line is you just
Well,
kind
let's
of
try and get this.
hope
If
to
you
hit the
clip
one in the
that, it's
house, and
not
if you miss it, you
terrible.
hit one of the guards. Ideally, the one closer to the rings.
Right. Be careful.
I
You
think
want to make
hack is
sure
good, Brett.
one of two things. Make sure you don't fly by wide.
Okay.
And the other thing
Well,
you
they
really
took
have to
right
avoid
there
is
for the
just
draw.
feathering the guard and leaving the 3
Hack weight,
yellows
yep.
basically in a row. So, you know, the sweepers and skip need to be in constant communication once this rock's on its way.
Heavy. Whoa, heavy.
And the sweeper's saying heavy out of the hand, which not a call
Close.
Brad Gushue
Yep.
would want to hear,
Whoa.
but
Clean. Whoa.
looks close.
Jeff. Mark, make sure that goes. Yeah.
And that's just a fantastic shot
boy.
from Brett
Good
Gallant.
shot.
It's gonna make it a bit better.
So I guess
like
Mike
same
Glenn
way.
Howard
Go
will need
tighter.
to get this one a little bit higher. Yeah, that's what they're aiming for here.
Higher or more buried, one of the two. It looked pretty good though, didn't it? I
Yeah,
mean,
when it came to rest, we both thought it was
Yeah.
where it needed to be, but with the way this ice curls and the way that Brett Gallant is capable of throwing it, it's
Close on this one. There more.
tough to hide
tighter.
rocks against
Hey,
this
good.
Gushue team.
Weight's good.
Good. Close.
Mine
Yep.
only.
Yep.
Mine only.
You gotta
Lots of
go.
weight.
Whoa.
Mine only. Back forward.
Yep. Yep.
Make her good.
Yep. 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 Whoa.
So it's by the guard, and they want it to be a little bit higher.
It's certainly tighter than the last one. It's
Yeah.
curled more, so that
it's definitely a
might
little
might
more
be available
buried.
on the intern side actually now.
Yeah.
What do you like? Chase it. Draw. Could also draw right here. Although we're clumping them together, kind of brings that into play.
Can you make a triple on the top ones right now?
No. No. No, you can make the double without jamming. Well,
You chase it?
what about doing this?
Yeah.
They got 4 in there. Like if he makes a good one, we can lob it on top. He's still got 2 shots to get at this.
Yeah.
So
Same
Yeah.
way Brett threw?
hack weight, yep.
Brett was probably 6 feet
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, which is probably good out this far.
Yeah.
So again, looking at just removing the
look?
back yellow, you know,
Yeah, I think
drawing.
it's fine.
I know if they
I don't think it's
played
gonna
the
go
draw, that
crazy.
would make Glenn
Okay.
Howard happy.
You
There
agree?
would have been. I know as difficult as any type of double would have been to remove the 4 reds that would have been in play. Glenn would have been happy to have the 1 yellow hanging around.
Whoa.
Clean.
So
Brett.
Mark Nichols out into
Whoa.
the weeds
Brett.
here.
Really hard,
Brett
Brett.
Gallant trying to make this curl.
Really hard, Brett. Jeff, get ready on this. Get ready. Great sweep from Brett.
And it will just curl enough. So as we hear Brad Gushue say, some great sweeping from Brett Gallant.
We gotta
Not
get
an
one
easy
in there.
shot for Mark Nichols, but he makes it. And Glenn Howard's really going to have to start making some stuff count here, Mike.
Yeah, they need them all to be good at this point.
Top 4 on its own. Room.
So Team Gushue doing a great job of
Whoa, it looks heavy.
managing
Yep.
these quiet weight hits.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Line's perfect. Yeah, Dave, a little bit.
No,
Dave,
no,
Dave.
no.
Dave.
Whoa, whoa, you're
Dave,
by, you're by, you're by.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, Tim a bit.
Whoa, whoa.
Great shot from Scott Howard.
A little bit better.
Buried, eh?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, corner freeze it.
Where are they?
Top 4 depth.
Okay.
So you want top 8 depth, bike the
Yeah.
4 foot.
Okay. That's fast, eh?
Great shot there from Scott Howard.
Yeah, pretty much a perfect spot. So Mark Nichols is going to have to make a good freeze here.
Line's good.
This is his last stone here in the 8th.
Whoa, Brett.
Line's okay.
Whoa.
Line's good. Wait, don't wait.
No.
Whoa.
No, you can't.
Can't bounce with this line.
No.
Need this one to slow down. And it will just be
not a bad
that much too heavy, so maybe some daylight here for Glenn Howard.
The problem for Team Howard is they still need to deal with that stone
there.
top of the button.
He hits that.
This truck's killing us. You got this double though.
Yep.
So if I lock it on, what's he play?
You could do this.
Don't love that.
It's a double run, but
Looks pretty juicy. Absolutely welded here. This is pretty juicy.
or you could go there again.
Can I draw here?
2 lost.
Can I get to there?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can definitely, it's tight. Well, then he's running that. I could go into there. He's probably taking that with it though.
Well, the options are you freeze to the red that was just thrown, you freeze to the red at the top of the 4 foot on the with the in-turn, or hit and roll deep. Those are the 3 calls they're looking at. Whatever they decide to do, it's all set up by that great come around by Scott Howard.
This is always there.
You know, if you knew you're going to make it perfect, I suspect the in-turn
He moved it a bit.
freeze to the top of the 4 foot would be the best shot because it
maybe
would
let's
be
play
keyed
this.
up onto the one on the side,
Takes a
but
run at this.
it's also
Hopefully
by
something
far the
happens
most
and then you can
difficult
suck another
shot.
one around.
Totally.
Like, yeah, he runs it. It's, yeah. Fortunately, you got to make this really good.
Which freeze? Nope. Oh, that.
You're talking about that double off the
Well, you get
the red on the left side as we're looking at here, just a very thin double to the one on the button. But that's how you get rid of that stone maybe on your last.
Oh, you're right.
If you have a chance.
But,
Yeah, I'd be so nervous of playing that double because
he
right
knows that
now,
we're in
because if you miss it, then you're dead.
I think so.
And you can hear some
we're not
applause
in
in
the
the
top here.
background. That's because we have an
Say
exchange
that.
of gratitude between Holly Duncan and
think so.
Shannon Jay on sheet 6. Holly Duncan making a draw for 1 with her last. So that final will be 8-2. So that's 3 straight finals for Duncan and 2 straight titles here in Oakville. Fantastic run for her rink. Holly Duncan, Megan Balsden, Rachel Strybosch, and Tess Bobby. And a great run from Shannon Jay as well, making it to the final with 3 players. Impressive for both teams, but the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard Women's Champions, Holly Duncan.
What's that?
I think I'm going to probably go low if I hit normal.
Yeah? It's going to come up that much?
I
You
think
want
so.
more then?
So
So the calls to hit and
That's
roll
in
to
the
the
mix.
back of the 4 foot off this stone. Try to lie second and third shot. Maybe get a miss.
whoa, 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 whoa. Yep.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Hard.
Got to make that roll.
Yep.
Hard.
Go, 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 go.
Whoa.
What a shot.
They do.
Absolutely
Phenomenal
perfect.
shot. Scott Howard just having himself one hell of a game here this afternoon. And now it's decision time for Brad Gushue.
How does he get 2 right now?
We can't. He does this, and he might have a shot then for 3. Yeah. I think we got to try and nut it. Yeah, just board weight. Okay.
Okay.
Well, if this run back is made, you heard him
Do
say
we want
nut it,
board
so
or a little bit
red,
more than
red,
board?
yellow combination up the middle. Obviously, the shooter would stay right there. You'd probably see Glenn Howard come in off that stone at the top, 12-foot on his next, and try to lie, you know, again, second and third,
Kind of wait.
both
you're
buried
throwing
again.
I'm thinking board.
Okay.
But
What's this gonna do?
A little less
two
than that, I
beautiful
think.
shots there
Yeah.
from Scott Howard this end.
You guys like that?
So a huge shot here for Brad Gushue. Needs to make a board weight double run back.
Whoa, clean. Whoa, clean.
Clean.
Yep.
And he's got to stick it.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Sounds close.
Whoa.
And just like that, phenomenal shot from Brad Gushue. And Gushue's lying 2 without hammer.
That's really good. If I stick it there.
There's no other shot, so.
No. Stick it right there. He's got to make that. Okay.
Great shot there from Gushue, but again, this is the beauty of the 5-rock rule.
It's the same thing, right?
If Glenn Howard can make that in off
draw
the
there.
rock on the left and save his shooter right where his broom is, get rid of the top red through the port between the red and the yellow on the left-hand side there. He'll be in pretty good spot, and
Yeah, even if you go across the top, it's not hitting this ever.
again, 3 still in the mix here for Team Howard. As bleak as it may look for Team Howard fans, they still have a chance here.
Well, you heard Mark Nichols say that when Scott made that perfect hit and roll. He said, I'm just trying to figure out how we only give up 2 here. So it's certainly on the minds of Team Gushue as well.
A little less than that.
But Glenn has to have this one.
Yes.
No 2 ways about
Third,
that.
you're definitely hitting the top end here.
The problem is with those 3 in a row, it's extremely difficult to get rid of that middle red up the middle on the center line, and so he has to make this one. Not only is 2 not in play, but
It's
the
over,
game could be
yeah.
over, right?
So can Glenn Howard keep the game alive?
Hard.
Has to make
Right to
this
it, Tim.
skinny
Hard.
double.
Right to it. Yep. Whoa.
And that roll actually might be something. I don't know, but
Well, right now I don't know how Glenn gets 2. You know, if you're looking at those reds, he'd have to probably play an angle raise on the guard out front.
Yeah.
There is some guards out front there on the right-hand side. If Brad Gushue doesn't throw.
Is there any danger, like if I'm here, like if I'm right there, it's probably not killer. He'd have to get this going back up around, but if I'm certainly T-line, we're fine. Yeah, all the way back here.
No point throwing a guard here for Team Gushue. They're just trying to figure out how to throw another one in the rings.
Yeah.
What's for 2 if he's here?
I don't know if we want to tap that, Jeff, because right now that's helping us.
Shooter's gone, yeah.
No, but I'm saying right now it stops him from making this double for 3.
Yeah.
So we don't want to mess with that one. I think right there.
I know what Jeff's
so
saying.
just a reminder, once this game is over, we will have the trophy
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying
presentation
if I open it
and
up.
post-game interviews with both of the
Yeah.
winning skips.
It's right there. That's a shot.
John and his shoes.
And my shoes will be there too, yes. Thank you, Mike, for reminding everybody
I
of
think
that.
you want to be just biting the tee.
So make sure you stay locked with
Or
us on
splitting the tee.
curling.com for that.
Splitting the tee is ideal. Because what are you concerned about, Mark?
For 2.
Yeah.
Like if we're here, he rips it and tries to.
Yeah. Well, we got to be careful
I have a
too
good
that
true
we don't
story I'll
leave it
tell
up
you
and we
after
don't leave it
the
around the horn.
after the show, John.
Okay.
That's not the.
Okay.
Mike After Dark.
Very
shoe
relevant.
story.
Very
Okay.
relevant
Split
to
the
what we're
tee
doing
line. I
here.
think it's good.
There. Split the tee.
So Brad Gushue just looking to put a 3rd counter in the house and end Glenn Howard's hopes of coming back here in this 8th end.
Right. I mean, right now what Glenn Howard's looking at is that yellow guard that's just over the hog line on the left-hand side. There is an angle onto that stone at the top of the 4-foot for 3.
That would have got me
So
out to edge of the
Gushue's
eight.
trying to counteract that by throwing it into the rings, where there wouldn't be that angle raise triple for 3. So
This is what happens at this level of curling. You're prepared for any possible shot to be made.
yeah, assume your opponent's going to make it, because quite often they do.
So final stone here for Brad Gushue in the 8th end. Without hammer, he's lying 2 and looking to lie a third.
Yours dug
Line's
in here,
good.
Brett. Doesn't look heavy.
Line's good.
Line's fine. 16-1.
Hard, guys.
They wanted to split the
Hard.
tee.
Keep going.
Hard.
Keep going, Jeff.
Hard, guys.
Another rock. Another rock. Go, 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 go. That's pretty good. Nice shot.
And that's pretty
Great
close.
brushing, guys.
Coming like
That's
cross here.
probably good
Hopefully
enough.
it touches this.
They're just trying to see if that angle slash would now go on to the one that Brad just threw for 3.
Just basically, I think you just feather this,
Paper that.
feather this one, and just cross.
So
your
you're going to
fingers.
run that in and try to, yeah, you could get all 3 reds moving potentially.
You missed this.
Yeah.
Not sure the math works exactly.
Yeah, one of those, you just throw it and hope for the best.
Yeah, Kevin Martin always told me that the 3 stones, if you want to make a triple, they have to be a 90-degree angle. So if you drew a line from the back stone to the top
it's coming
4
this way. It's
to the
gonna-
one to the left, that's
real
much
close.
sharper than 90
Yeah.
degrees. So
Just
I'm not
kinda stick
100%
this and see
sure
what
this is
happens.
there actually. But
Okay, come on up here.
this
Joel.
is the Hail Mary of Hail Marys.
Gonna come up a hair, I think.
Well, you
Think
simply
so.
never
A
know.
little bit.
Or at least I don't, because I'm dumb and don't know anything about math.
I
But
agree.
certainly, this is all Glenn Howard has. So he's going to be attempting, believe it or not, what looks to be a 12-foot skinny the guard run back triple for 3 and the win.
This is 1 in 1,000 to be honest, but there's a chance.
So here we go, final stone. Glenn Howard looking for 1 in 1,000.
Real close.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Real close.
whoa,
Close. Close.
whoa, 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 curl hair.
Oh, he had us thinking it. He had us thinking it, but unfortunately that was one of the 999. So Brad Gushue, your Stu Sells Toronto Tankard champions, put it on the board officially as a 6-1 win, but the game was much closer than that. Phenomenal effort from Team Glenn Howard, but the team from St. John's, Newfoundland goes undefeated on the way to the crown. We're going to be right back after this break with the trophy presentation and interviews with both of the winning skips. For Mike Harris, I'm John Cullen. You've been watching on curling.com.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu's House team's brand new listing. And we're up near Eglinton and Dufferin in this awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo townhouse. And look at this balcony. Oh my God, look at the view. You can see the city, the sun. If you're stuck working at home, this is a great place to come up with your laptop, do some work. We've got amazing finishes here. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors, gorgeous ceramic tiles in the kitchen, ceramic backsplash. We've got everything here. It's brand new, ready to move in. And check out our location. I have to tell you a little secret. California Sandwiches is just down the road, and their sandwiches are delicious. They're my favorite. We've got the Beltline bike tour. Crosstown coming. You're gonna be able to get on and get downtown in like no time when it's built. So go to StuShouse.ca, see all the photos, see the videos, and give me a call and come for your personal tour.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Thank you for being that wild, crazy place filled with love and joy that I get to race.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the final. Well, it's over now at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. I'm here with the men's and the ladies champions, Team Brad Gushue and Team Holly Duncan. Before we talk to the winning skips, I'm just going to pass it over to tournament sponsor and organizer Stu Sankey to present the trophy to these two teams. Stu?
Well, congratulations both teams. It was some awesome curling all weekend, some great final games. No stranger on this side, Gushue and his team has won it before. And we have a double champion, won the Oakville 3 weeks ago, and now Toronto, Team Duncan. So great bit of curling.
Yeah, phenomenal action on both sides of the sheets. And I'm here with Brad Gushue now. And Brad, this was your first tournament of the year, getting a little bit of a late start, but you guys went undefeated to the title. That's got to feel good to start off the year.
Yeah, it does feel. It does feel good. The ice is great here this week. Stu always puts off a wonderful event, and we want to thank him for his support of curling. But for us, we've been able to practice leading into this and had some really good workouts coming in, and we felt comfortable, confident, and we played well, and certainly nice to get a win.
Yeah, you guys played excellent, and the first half of the game, a little bit of a slower start for you guys, but towards the end, you were able to pick it up a little bit. What were you kind of trying to do to maybe refocus when things weren't maybe going your way at the start?
Really, the ice felt a little bit different today in the final than it did all week, and I think we were a little slow adjusting. I had a bad set of rocks. We switched those out and threw them on Jeff. He handled them nicely, and then we started making some shots. But it was just it felt a little quicker and a little straighter, and we thought if anything it might curl more because we took the rocks off ice one, but it fooled us.
Okay, well, sometimes that happens, but you obviously made the adjustments, and congratulations on your victory. And I'm going to scoot down here to talk to Holly Duncan now. Hey, Holly, what's up? This is the second time we've done this. This is you won now back-to-back titles in Oakville, and I'll ask you the same question. That has to feel really good. This was a really tough field.
Yeah, it feels great. We've had a really good start to the season. We've played a lot of games at Oakville, so we kind of want Scott to come everywhere we go and,
apparently,
and do the ice for us. Maybe he can come to pre-trials.
Yeah, no kidding. So you are getting ready for pre-trials now, and this has to be a huge boost of confidence going into that event in Liverpool in a couple weeks.
For sure, yeah. Some of the teams that are going to be there were here this weekend.
And you beat them.
And we beat them.
So that has to feel great. Well, again, congratulations, Brad Gushue, Team Holly Duncan as well. Just a phenomenal event. Thanks to everybody for tuning in on curling.com. We really appreciate it. We'll be back here next weekend with the New Floors Penticton Classic. We'll be covering it all weekend on curling.com. So thank you for tuning in. Again, congratulations to the winners, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Ciao.
Good.